Now, when I decided to pick up the Sega Dreamcast for the first time in 2022, one of the games that I knew I had to try was the original Shenmue. And boy, was it an experience. I fell in love with this game, and to this day, I still think it's one of my favorite games of all time. And one thing I knew I had to have was any type of Shenmue merchandise, which is what you can see right behind me. But there's been one thing in particular that I really need to get unboxed for this episode of Plastic Polygons, and that is the Numskull Ryo Hazuki statue. Now this one is 10 inches replica statue of Ryo Hazuki on a really cool looking base. As you can tell from the box's promotional shot right here, it looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to finally get this guy displayed on my game wall. I see this guy go on sale a lot, so I want to see if it's worth picking up for any Shenmue fans. Honestly, you probably already know your answer, but I want to take a deep dive into it in today's episode of Plastic Polygons. So with that out of the way, welcome to the CesArcade.
Get ready.
So the box overall is pretty nicely done. You have a Numskull's logo down there in the corner, not being too obtrusive. You get promotional shots of the figure, as well a nice image of Ryo Hazuki himself, along with all that good Dragon Medallion artwork in the background. And overall, pretty decent box, but the box isn't really what we're here for. We're here to finally get Ryo Hazuki out of this plastic cardboard prison, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So there's only a piece of tape holding it in place, and I have held on to this guy for well over a year already in its box, and I'm ready to get him out already, because it's been too long, and I was really looking forward to getting this guy. So box has been misplaced aside, and here he is in the plastic container. Of course, to protect them, and nicely done as well. Is there any tape here holding this together? Of course there is. So what we're gonna do, get him out of here. Considering how much this originally went for and how much he usually goes for nowadays, goes on sale a lot, especially during the holiday season. I just saw him pop up on Wario64's Twitter account going for around $49.99, and if you're a fan of Shenmue, you know merchandise for this series is not easy to come by, unfortunately, but this in particular is really nicely done. All things considered, I gotta say the amount of detail done on Ryo himself, as well as some of the finer details such as the textures on his leather jacket, as well as that awesome tiger logo on the back, and you know, the platform that he's on, it looks like a busted table if you look closely. It's got nice little details there, such as a spilled drink. You got some coasters, some cigarettes, matchbox. You got an ashtray filled of that, and a bottle of beer as well. You have another liquid here that's been disposed of. It looks pretty questionable if you ask me, as well as a bar stool holding that platform that he's on. Orange, you got some dark blacks, brown dry brushing there as well, and overall it just looks like Ryo has gotten into it with somebody at a bar, and I gotta say I'm really liking the way this looks. Now let's get some closer up details of Ryo Hazuki himself, and then we'll go from there. So first off, I want to take a look at his face. Is he 100% accurate to how he looks in game? I mean, not really, but he looks good enough for me. The nice details on the hair as well, and yeah, he's even got his signature bandage on his cheek, and he looks pretty pissed off. Don't want to mess with Ryo Hazuki when he's in this mode. Continually looking at the design of his jacket, once again, I think they did a great job here. Like I said, I want this jacket with my logo on the back because that's pretty much what it's designed after. And Moving down to looking at the rest of his jacket. There you go. Some more symbols there. Decals are done pretty nice. His white t-shirt, which is more of a gray in this statue, and just the amount of detail done on the texture work for his leather jacket is very impressive. Moving down the rest of the statue, we have a look at his denim pants, which look denim-y enough. I don't know how else you want to put it. They look pretty good. And onto his sneakers, which also look pretty cool as well. The details on the wooden platform that he's on are all very nicely sculpted and really nicely realized. I am really happy with how this ended up turning out, and for fans of Shenmue who are looking for more Shenmue merch, then you can't do any better than this one right here from Numskull. Like I said, I see it all the time being advertised on sale, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you're a fan of Shenmue, you have to have this. Most Shenmue fans are pretty diehard, I have to admit, and being somebody that's gotten into Shenmue in the past couple years, I have to say I'm really happy to have this overall to add to the Shenmue shrine. So anybody who's interested in picking up a cool looking statue for Ryo Hazuki, then look no further, because it's right here and it is glorious. And that's pretty much it for today's episode of Plastic Polygons. Now, if you enjoyed what you saw here and would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as check out my Plastic Polygons playlist for more video game action figure slash statues being reviewed for this channel. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I wish you all a good game and good night.